Good morning, good morning, good morning, good morning, good morning, good morning, good morning. Hello, welcome, 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 welcome. What is on, my freaks and peeps? It's us, we're here. Can you hear that? Can you hear how echoey it is in here? It is very echoey. Also, thank you very much, Techno Boy, for the 8-month subscription. I really appreciate it. Thank you for subscribing for that long. Welcome, Mina. Good to see you. Good to see you. Yes, if you missed it, welcome, welcome. You might have missed it. Your girl is back at home. I haven't been home since Tuesday. I haven't been back since Tuesday, which isn't that long. I came back and then literally, so for anyone that's missed this, I moved out on Monday and I literally I moved out on Monday and then I ended up having, obviously I've left like a lot of stuff here. I ended up accidentally leaving half of the bolts for my bed frame here, so I had to come back. And I was coming back to see my family. Like, I was coming back to see my bunny. I was coming back to see Cherry. A while. What do you mean a while? Oh yeah, it was a while. No, it wasn't. But I came back to see the bunny, and I came back, and who was here? Only the bunny. Literally, my parents knew that I was coming back. I told them as much because, you know, obviously I had other stuff I needed to get. I like my uniform for work and my and my socks and some other bits. Guess what I forgot to take with me? My socks. I had to borrow balls for 2 days, which does anyone like? I cannot cope with socks very well, right? By the way, this sounds really gross, but they're washed, obviously. But I didn't really like, I've never worn someone else's socks before, right? And I don't really want to again. It's nothing against Paul. Paul's a lovely guy, but obviously there is something really just texture-wise that feels so wrong about wearing someone else's socks. Like, they're a good length because they're men's socks, so they kind of had that good crew cut where they're like kind of higher up the ankle. Like, they're not on the ankle, they're kind of on the thigh, but not quite on the calf. You know, they're a good height, you know? They're decent socks, which matters a lot to me. To probably like no one else, but I hate the feeling of socks, and if I can feel my socks, it's all I can think about, which is why I tend to go for kind of socks usually with some sort of like branding on it, because I find socks that are like dyed like, and by branded I mean like usually like dorky brands, because I find when they're like that, when they're dyed like that, they're a lot like softer and a lot more like sleek feeling, which makes me feel a lot less like I'm very used to them, right? I don't wear socks that are just one solid color because I find they go really bubbly, and Paul's socks were very bubbly, and I have literally had to wear 2 socks for 2 days. And if anyone's like, but Jasper, don't you have like socks on your feet right now? Like, don't you have, it's hot in the UK. We're coming up to summertime. Your girl is in shorts and tights, which is my summer wear, which, by the way, for anyone wondering, no, I don't ever go outside with my bare legs showing. It's just not something I do. I hate the feeling of my bare legs showing, and also all my shorts are about the length of my ass cheeks and not much else. As in, they're hot pants. I wear hot pants, but because I'm so short, they kind of work out as just like really short shorts on me, which is great, but it means I wear them with tights, and I don't even wear nude tights with them. I have nude tights to wear with them, but I don't wear them with them because I just hate the feeling of like, I got like, this is not a texture thing or anything, this is just body dysmorphia. I just don't feel good about it. I'm gonna be looking mostly now. That's okay, but thank you for coming. Thank you for resubscribing. I do appreciate it massively, and you know, we appreciate you have you lurking. But bare sexy legs, not mine, Mina. My thunder thighs are not a pretty sight to look at. I'm not great with my skin being out, mostly because if you didn't know, I lost I'm gonna talk about weight loss here, but I lost a lot of weight in a short amount of time. And if anyone's ever done that before, and by this I mean a considerable amount of weight. I don't mean like, oh, I lost like a couple pounds or a couple stone. No, I lost like a good few stone, you know? Like I lost like quite a bit. And as a result, because I was so much bigger in my youth, it means that I've got a lot of loose skin, which means that going bare cheeked up on a Friday afternoon is not an option. It is not an option. If you are in a similar position and if you can go out like with your bare skin showing, I commend you, because that's confidence that I don't have. But everyone's different as well. Like some people aren't as self-conscious as I am. It took me years and years and years and years to be able to wear like short sleeve stuff. It's only kind of recently, since I started doing a like more manual labor job, that I've been confident in having my arms out, and that's just purely because they're a lot more toned now. So I'm like feeling a lot better about them, but like for years I couldn't do it because there's just like too much loose skin, and I'm just like, most people thought when I lost the weight, like I'm young, so my skin will go back. Not when you had childhood obesity. It doesn't work like that. If you got severe childhood obesity, it doesn't work. I'm very sorry to anyone. Please don't think, by the way, that what I'm talking about like applies to everyone. This is my experience. Everyone's bodies are different. Everybody's bodies like can retract and not retract like differently. No two people are going to look the same with weight loss or anything like that. It shouldn't be something to put you off if that's something you want to go for. But if you're happy in your body, stay where you are. You don't need to conform yourself to society. I was just miserable, and so I lost weight and I was happier for a long time. But anyway, you have an amazing body. Maybe you've never seen my body. I do not. But no, it's just not something I do. Anyway, so I need to be working harder on my weight loss. You're fine. You don't need, if you're fine where you are, just stay where you are. If you want to lose weight to feel better about yourself, then do it. It's completely up to you, but don't feel like you've had a few setbacks that you're failing, you know? And, you know, if you're not trying right now, that's fine too. You got shit going on, you know? If you need someone to review your body, I'm right here. Hey, yo! Welcome, be me, but what? Hey, yo! You okay? What's going on? What the fuck? Guys, I don't want anyone looking at me. I do not exist. I am a figment of your imagination. Please do not perceive me. I'm just not, I'm not comfortable. But, because it's, as I was saying, because it's hot in the UK, I'm like in shorts and tights at the minute, so socks are not really something I need to wear at the minute. But that being said, I have to wear trousers for work because, if you didn't know, manual labor job, which means I need to protect all my skin. So your girl has to wear like a certain kind of trousers, which is part of my uniform. And as a result, speaking of, I need to get new ones because they kind of getting holes in them in not great places, and I really don't want to bend over one day. But so with those, I have to wear socks. It's just something I've always had to do. Interestingly, it was kind of good as well because there was like a period in my life when I discovered the like tights and shorts thing that I just stopped wearing socks for several years, which meant that my socks that I did have sort of seemed to deteriorate. I don't really know, like that's how long I left not wearing socks. And then what ended up happening was I went to start wearing them again when I started working, and they were fine for a while. But then what ended up happening, because I wasn't buying new socks and no one bought them for me because I just didn't wear them. So when I did start wearing them again, they kind of all had holes in the heel or like they kind of skinned. And if you've had like socks for a long time, you know, because I know some people like they get a hole in the toe after a while. I don't seem to get that seems to not be a problem, but that might also be because my toenails are really short. I keep them short because I get overwhelmed when they're really long, but I keep them really short, so I don't really have a problem with like the hole in like a singular toe. But I do get that with tights. Yes, it drives me up the wall, but main thing I get is that the heel wears out on them, mainly because I walk really funny. So like if you look at my shoes, man, if you guys looked at the treads on my shoes, which if you're wondering, the treads, I think they're called treads, is where the grippy part has that weird pattern on it on the bottom of your shoe. My treads are always really like side, like because I walk on the outside of my feet. Don't ask why, but I know that I do. I used to do it consciously because I used to pull muscles in my feet quite often for some reason, so I just started walking on the outside, and it's always how I did it. I think it's because of my feet bow out. I don't know. It's a whole thing. We're analyzing my feet. I'm not sure how I feel about this. Hey, Wack, hey, everyone, what a conversation to come into. Guys, stop. I don't want to talk about my feet. Why did I start talking about my feet? Anyway. Also, hello. Mimi and I will be there cheering you on. For what? What? For what? Cheering me on for what? My fucking... what? My sock wearing? What the fuck? Good feet. No, bad feet. I mean, to be honest, on a real note, I think if I actually did ever do, like, foot fetish content, man, I think I've got some pretty nice feet. Like, I moisturize them because I hate the feeling of dead skin on, like, fabrics, so I keep them pretty well, like, shaped, if that makes sense. Like, I keep them quite, like, smooth. Also because if you ever get your feet ever hurt loads from, like, walking around and stuff, try, like, getting a pumice stone or something and like rubbing the dead skin off your feet quite harshly, because a lot of the time, like, tired feet are a result of the dead skin buildup on your feet, and I found that actually helps a lot. Anyway, we're cheering you on about body positivity. Oh, okay. Well, thanks. I need it because I have literally no body positivity. But yeah, anyway, going back to the feet conversation. Man, I think I got some nice feet. That's all I'm saying. What? I don't want, by the way, if this invokes a conversation, like, please, whatever you do, don't make, like, any kind of fan art or meme content of my feet. I would appreciate it. Thank you very much. Please don't. But if we're talking foot fetish content, I think it would be pretty high up there. I'd probably make a min. But yeah. Girl, you're fucking gorgeous. Thank you very much. But, like, doesn't help, if that makes sense. Feet good. Feet are good. I'm almost devastated that I've never dated someone with, like, a foot fetish because, man, they'd be coming every 5 seconds. Oh my god, I got nice feet. Dang it, but feet pics. I mean, I feel like in my heart, I'm like, I could just send a picture of my feet. I don't think I'd have any shame in it. The problem is that, for one, I've got a foot tattoo, and my foot tattoo is pretty, like, it's pretty unique to me. Like, it's not got anything sensitive on it, but it's like, you can find it somewhere, if that makes sense. And I just don't really want to, like, risk that being, like, something that shows up. But I've got, so I got foot tattoo. There's that. I also think I'd freak people out with how actually short my toenails are. Something that I've always done since I was a kid is that when I was a kid, obviously, when I cut my toenails, for some reason, I cut them right back to the wick, like, as far back as I could get them. Don't ask me why, because this is incredibly bad for you, and I don't recommend you do this, because this promotes ingrown toenails, which I did get a couple times, but, like, I cut them back right to the wick, and now, as an adult, because of this, I can't cope if my toenails are, like, even, like, a millimeter longer than the wick. Is it the wick? I don't know. It's the bit under your nail, you know, like, if you look at your nails right now, and you stuck your thumbnail underneath, like, your index nail, and it stops, that bit that it stops on, I cut my toenails right back to that. And yes, I do bleed sometimes, but it's purely just, I cannot cope with the feeling of them longer than that, because if my feet, anything about my feet, if anything on my feet catch on bed sheets or towels or rugs or anything like that, it's the end of the fucking world. And this is also why I live in, like, I can't cope with bare feet around a house. So even in the new house, it's not so much a problem in the new house because the new house has got like concrete flooring, so it's too cold to not wear some sort of like foot covering. But I'm also a no shoe household kind of thing, so what ended up happening is I either have to be in tights or I have to have socks on. And because I don't have any socks at the minute, I have to have the tights on, which is not a problem. But yeah, that goes full circle to the conversation. Basically, that I came back the other day for socks and I left them because I was so distraught about the fact that I came back to see my parents who knew I was coming and they weren't here. I haven't seen my dad since Sunday. I moved out on Monday. He went to work, and then when he came back, I didn't live here anymore. So I've seen my mum, like, I saw my mum yesterday. I didn't go back to the house yesterday. I just passed by her because small area, you know? Like, we were going, and by we, I mean Paul and I, we were going to B&M, and we ended up, like, passing by her. So that was that. Dang it, but V-Bigs need feet art. No feet art. Ouch. But I do that too. See? Thank you. Validating experience right here, you know? Validating experience in the we cut our feet nails, our toenails, there we go. We cut our toenails down to the wick. I had a thought and I forgot it. Never mind. Dad went for milk, never saw him again. No, he went to work, not milk. He's also lactose intolerant, so there's that. But no, he went to work. He went to work on Monday, even though it was bank holiday. He still works on that day. I did not. So I literally streamed. Oh yeah, I should tell you guys what happened. So I streamed and then I was like, okay guys, I'm gonna go. I gotta move out. Literally got off that call, started packing shit up, and then it all kind of fell apart at that point. Like, things sort of like, it was just hard because suddenly I was like packing up my bedding and like a couple other bits, and we realized that I have a lot more stuff here than I realized, which is like a bit like, this is gonna take a lot longer than it should, which isn't great, but you know, this is just how moving out your parents' house happens for the first time. Especially when you're only doing it in car journeys. Like, I've got no van, I've got no rental service, I've got nothing. So basically just having to move things out into very small cars has been a bit of a hassle. So anyway, I collapsed the bed. And then I put half the bolts in a like plastic like clear file, you know, the ones that you put in ring binders. I put like the bolts for the headboard and the poles at that end in this bag, and then my mother, who was helping me, decided to reattach her bolts for the end of the bed onto the screws that were there. It makes sense if you know the bed, but it was just like she reattached them to the screw post so that they were all together. And so what ended up happening was that she loaded all that into the car, left me with the bolts, and then I proceeded to have a complete meltdown, partially brought on by the fact that my headboard fell on me and dragged my lampshade on the floor. By the way, my lampshade is my lamp in general is one of those rock salt ones, so it's got just like loose like Himalayan salt rocks in it. So that was fucking fantastic. Be right back, need to restart PC. Okay, have fun. So like my headboard fell on me, it hit me in the ass, it hurt a lot, and at that point I just started crying. Not because I was just hurt, but like a little bit because I was hurt, but mostly because it just kind of hit me at that point. Like I was looking at my basically naked room, and it was really, really hard seeing like pretty much my entire life just kind of is getting swept up in this house moving thing, and it's just been really rough. And I wasn't prepared for how rough it is. And it just kind of devastated me, especially coming back to see Cherry, and she was like so happy to see me. And I feel like I'm abandoning her. If anyone's curious, by the way, why Cherry is still living here, Cherry, there are multiple reasons to this. The main one being that she's actually not my rabbit. She's technically speaking the household rabbit, but also she's technically also my sibling's rabbit. So, because she was bought, well, she wasn't bought, she was a rescue, but she was a rescue in place of my sibling's other rescue rabbit who passed due to a parasite, which is very common in rabbits, but we haven't seen it before. But he passed, and we ended up getting Cherry. And so Cherry is technically not my rabbit, but I look after her. I used to look after her in the daytime when my sibling wasn't here. So that was a whole thing. And I just... Oh, and also because the other reason why she isn't coming with me is because she's got lots of medical issues, like as typical with rabbits anyway. They get a lot of like IBS problems, and obviously she's got like quite bad IBS, and it's probably the worst. Like each rabbit I've had over the years has had some sort of medical issue that it means that they cost a lot at the vets. And she's potentially like the worst because she just gets so much, like she just has like constant IBS. It's just like a horror. It's very, very normal for rabbits. It's a lot down to their diet. Is not like their diet is kind of... I've learned that it's kind of hard to pin down. The basic rule of thumb is don't give them whatever's poisonous to them, and also don't give them muesli. That's the two things that is advised not for rabbits. What is advised for rabbits is hay. That is their main source of nutrition. You have to provide hay no matter what. And if you really want to give them nutritional benefits, you want to give them pellets. Now, something that I've noticed on social media with the seemingly uptake in kind of rabbit care that's come up is that some people see the pellets as more of a treat that should be given occasionally, and greenery is something that they should be given often. Now, this depends on your rabbit. So for us, Cherry, if we gave her as many greens as I see some people give their rabbits, like the thing would be like the skinniest like creature in the whole world, because she would literally just shit herself to death. She is on a very, very strict diet of pellets and hay, and she gets the occasional treat if she's good. Not very often, and she still has IBS. So it's not really it's not really a set thing. I know some people can do it. Some people's rabbits seem to digest that pretty well, and that's... if that works for you and your rabbit, fine. But for our rabbit, if we did that, for one, she wouldn't eat that much greenery. She, for some reason, just doesn't really like... she'll eat it for a while, but the second it goes a little bit dry, she's so fussy, it would just end up being left. Welcome back. Welcome back, Nina. Welcome back. So she's fussy. It's like a whole thing, but just be really careful, because when we got rabbits originally, we were advised not to give them like too much greenery, but mostly give them a diet of pellets and hay, and obviously lots of water. They will drink it themselves. Don't give it to them in one of those stupid hamster bottles, because they have to work a lot harder for their water. And if you've ever tried to drink out of those, and yes, I have, they are pretty impossible to get water out of. So it's better just to give them a straight up bowl. If you are really concerned, if you've got a rabbit that drinks a lot of water, you can get one of those automatic watering things. That's what we've got for her, because she does drink quite a lot. You do have to clean them quite often though. Bowls are pretty easy. You just shove them in the dishwasher or just wash them with your regular washing. These plastic sort of like dispenser bottles are the bane of my existence in terms of cleaning, and they get pretty bad algae buildup if you're not careful. So they are the worst, but you can't shove them in the dishwasher because they're plastic. So you're welcome. So yeah, hay, pellets, lots of water. That's kind of all they need. If you really love your rabbit, give them some greenery, or you can get them rabbit safe treats. Just if you're going for the treat route, please do not give them more than 2 a day at maximum. It is not good for them to eat too much more. But yeah, just be careful and just be like really cautious, because it's just weird. Because when I keep in mind as well, I'm not a rabbit expert. I would like to stress that I am not an expert. I'm not a vet. I am not qualified enough to tell you how you should be looking after your pet rabbit. However, this is coming from someone with experience of having 5 different rabbits, 2 of which lived for 6 years, actually more. I can't remember. I was very young. I think 6 years. 1 lasted for 10. So, you know, I'm not qualified, but at the same time, I mean, I managed to keep them alive for that long, so, you know. You aren't? No. Despite my appearance, I'm not a vet. I can't tell you the actual, like, scientific, like, experience of a rabbit. But in terms of, you know, in my local veterinary practice, like, where we go with our rabbits, we've kind of been labeled as a bit of a, like, oddity with our animals. And a lot of the time the running joke is that, for our vets, is that when they die, they want to come back as, like, a rabbit living in our household, because we must be doing something good that keeps them alive. And they have, like, the lap of luxury. They have an entire downstairs to themselves. They tend to stick in the living room, and they're fed and watered regularly. Don't bath your rabbits unless it's a monster like Terry, in which we do sometimes. Have to bathe her, which I don't recommend. Do not do that to your rabbit unless it's bad and they're bunged up and it's just a thing. Like, don't, like, pretty much any small animal, but rabbits can go into shock, and shock can kill small animals very easily. So don't wash your animals if you can help it. Unfortunately for us, she doesn't really give us much of a choice. We have to kind of keep her underside, like, quite close, like, cut. Like, the fur needs to be quite short, and she also occasionally, maybe once or twice a month at most, needs to, like, have her bottom half bathed, because she just, like, the IBS is bad, guys. Like, she genuinely, like, shits herself so much that it just gets all clogged up. I don't know why I'm talking about this. It's just bad. It's like a case of, like, it's not even like a case of how bad she smells when this happens. Like, that would be bad, but it wouldn't, you know, if she was sorting out herself, we wouldn't need to bathe her. Like, we just have to put up with the smell. The problem is that when it gets that bad, a lot of the time it kind of seals itself, and then she's just kind of getting backed up, and it's, you know, not going to end well, so we have to bathe her occasionally. But I wouldn't recommend it unless you know what we're doing, what you're doing, which we, for some reason, do, so that's... Anyway, I don't know how I got onto this conversation, but yeah, no, that was it. I came back and I saw her and I loved on her. I was just happy to see her, and she was happy to see me, and I'm just sad that I miss her. I had a cuddle with her this morning. She was not interested, which is a first. She usually lets me cuddle her every day, but then now it's like more just like, okay, I don't care. She just genuinely just didn't seem to care, which was a bit sad. But yeah, so she's here. My mother, well, my father obviously wouldn't be, because he'll still be at work. My mother doesn't get back until I leave. Like, I'll probably be long gone by the time my mum gets back, so... Because your girl has to go to the shops, which is a thing that I need to get on with this stream, because what's going to end up happening is, like, I'm going to talk for this long, and then I'm going to have to go after, like, an hour. Because your girl has to go to the shops today. Yeah. Yeah. It's good to be back. I don't know. It's good. It's bittersweet. It's like... Because I'm, like, sat here, like, looking around, I'm like, yeah, there's things missing, but, like, you know, it's not too bad. And then occasionally I catch sight of the fact that the bed's not there. And it's a sort of stark reminder that I don't live here anymore, technically. The whole thing. I'm like, also, guys, fucking hell, I hate trying to change your address on things. I haven't even got that far. I'm having to do it at work, right? And we have like a computer system that does it. We just have to input the new address. It let Paul do it, but it won't let me do it, so I gotta speak to someone about that. No rabbit huggies. No, I had rabbit huggies. It was just like, she just like was bored after like 2 minutes, which is a bit sad. I was like, no, please, love on me. I miss you. I just miss her. I miss her, and I miss my parents, but my parents haven't been here. I haven't seen my parents since. I haven't seen my mom since Monday. I haven't seen my dad since Sunday evening. Just sad. Just sad. Just a bit of a lonely time. I had a bit of a cry the other night about it. And a bit of a sob session. Just missing home, you know. It was alright yesterday, but I think part of that was just because I had enough sleep. Because that's a thing. Basically, for the last month or so, I haven't been sleeping well because obviously I've been going back and forth to the house during the daytime. And yeah, a lot of the time I'm there on my own. I have not been sleeping very well, and it's taken a huge toll, like a huge toll on my mental health. I'm not gonna lie, I'm gonna get real here. It's been really, I'm not transparent about it, but it's like really been rough recently. A lot of that is just due to this exhaustion. Another big part of it is obviously my massive routine change. It's just not like, and I'm not getting back into a routine very well at the minute, and I won't be for another little while. And I think I'll settle into a routine until I've been in there for like a month and like not coming back to get things still. Like once I move everything over and I've been in there like a month or so, I will be fine. What worries me then is that I'm going to go through all this. We have a 6-month tenancy. What's worrying me is that after the 6 months, they're going to say, like, no, we're not extending contract. We're going to pass on this. Which I don't see why they would, except that they keep trying to tell us it's a fucking listed building, and it's not. That's a whole story. I don't know if I've talked about that, but yeah. I think I have. They're saying it's a listed building, and it's not. What's another thing I can talk about with that? My Wi-Fi box came. That was exciting. It's fucking white, which wasn't so exciting. I'm like, god damn it, another fucking crispy white thing in my house that I don't want. I've got a real, like, thing at the minute about colors. It's really, I think because it's the lack of, like, I've got my own place now and I can't even decorate it how I want, if that makes sense. I'm not allowed to put a nail in the wall, you know, and I can't paint it the color I want. So it's just like a whole thing at the minute of like, man, well, wait. I hate it. Like, I'm so disappointed. Like, I've always kind of been with kind of Wi-Fi companies that provide you with a box that's either black or grey, which I was kind of, those are cool. But then this one is just straight up white, and I'm like, could it not have been like literally any other color? Sounds like I'm being like a racist right now. That's not what I'm doing. It's literally just because like your girl is a bit of an elder emo. And by the way, people keep calling me the emo of the group. I am not the emo of the group. I just am the like one of the 3 elder emos of the group. I'm just still in the kind of like alternative scene, which I'm pretty sure all 3 of us still are. But yeah. Oh, you're fine. Dude, people keep calling me an emo, and I feel like such a poser because I'm like, guys, if you saw me in real life, you'd be like, that bitch ain't an emo. And I don't feel like an emo. Mimi is. Yeah, Mimi IRL. I'm not talking too much about Mimi IRL because Mimi's here for one, and also I don't actually know what I know what Mimi looks like, but I don't like know, if that makes sense. But I know enough to tell you that she's just as alternative as I am, but like Mimi IRL is nightmare fuel. She doesn't want to remember it. Excuse me. Fuck off. Mimi is my, like, emo dream. You're the forest emo. I know. Dude, I was thinking about this the other day. I'm just going to talk about this because I probably am going to end up doing this. But, like, I'm also fully prepared that my hyperfixation on this will probably die by the time I get around to it. But honestly, I'm not too against, like, branding, like, the eco-emo, you know? Like, you know, I feel like the eco-friendliness, I know we talk about it and everyone's like, oh god, I don't want to talk about this anymore. And I know it's a lot of, like, my current hyperfixation, but can we be real? I don't think it would be a bad, like, branding to me. Not that I would think that, like, eco-friendliness is really something that you should brand, if that makes sense. Like, but I think if I'm gonna try and make it cool, if that makes sense, I want to make it cool because I want more people to recycle, and I want to, like, put more emphasis on companies being willing to recycle and stop reusing their own products just because they got defects, and, like, not actually buying their products back. And it's a whole thing, and it's a whole rabbit hole that I've ended up going down, which it's a whole thing, man. I fucking hate I fucking hate plastic, but I consume so much plastic. I was so annoyed about it. Guys, living in your own home, it's so weird because I am buying a lot of, like, oh, guys, I did my first shop, right? Sorry, that's me wearing a ring and smacking my chair, but I did my first food shop. Let's talk about it. I'm also going to start the game while we talk about it and decorate the house while we talk about it. But yeah, God did her first food shop. I'm so excited. Dude, so if you didn't know, obviously has sensory issues, kind of has problems with cooking and cleaning and shit. And I just have too many issues to name, right? It's a whole story, right? You guys know. So one of the ways I tried to negate my, like, food aversion was cooking my own food, which is something that meant that I had to do my own food shop every week, which was fine because, you know, there's, like, a whole layer to this story that I'm not ready to talk about yet. But obviously part of that is that I was basically only buying my own food, if that makes sense. I wasn't, like, buying, like, food for a household. So I was buying, like, dinner for myself and not much else. I would probably buy, like, biscuits and stuff for work. Right, hang on. So, God, is it gonna give me the game voucher? So I'd buy, like, biscuits or snacky things that I could take to work with me. And that was basically it. I'd buy, like, a pack of Pepsi because, yes, unfortunately, despite the fact that I am eco-conscious, your girl still buys Pepsi. I don't buy Coca-Cola if I can help it because Coca-Cola is, like, the leading contributor to, you know, environmental plastics, but never mind. Where was I going with this? So I would buy a pack of Pepsi to take to, like, work. So I take the cans to work and I drink the cans here. You guys all know. So I'd buy Pepsi, I'd buy dinner for the week, and I'd buy something to snack on, right? That was kind of my, like, weekly shop. And that was fine. But I wasn't buying things like bread or butter or things to season your food with, or kind of buying foods that I could actually, like, experiment with. I was buying the basic, like, same shit every single week. And, oh, it's loaded. Part of the problem. Well done on the shop. I know, thank you. So proud of you. Thank you. So, part of that was that I wanted to... I need to turn this down because I get really, like, overwhelmed by the sound. So part of this, like... Dude, I keep forgetting what I'm doing. Part of this, job was to get my like get things that I could actually experiment with, because part of the problem of like having food aversion is that you get stuck in a routine of like buying the same foods and eating the same foods, which is fine. And I'm fine with that. I was comfortable with that. But it also meant that I was missing meals, if that makes sense. Like, not missing, like, as in, like, I wasn't eating lunch or something. That's not what I mean. I mean missing meals, like, I'd love to make a stir fry or something. And I could only have a stir fry if my mother was making it, because it meant that I had to go out and buy all the ingredients myself, which would have been fine, except that I then had to store it in a fridge that supplied a household of 4. It also meant that I had to potentially take longer in the supermarket. It also meant that I had to like wait my turn to get my vegetables while people just stood in the aisles and chatted. And also the other thing is like trying to be environmentally conscious means that you can't buy vegetables in plastic. So it was like a whole thing. So it meant that I'm using stir fry as a very specific example, but this is like a continuous like issue, was that I just wasn't eating things that I actually wanted to because I, couldn't store it and I couldn't get a hold of it. And don't miss meals. Yeah, I didn't mean that, but like I also don't really eat lunch or anything anymore, and because I don't eat breakfast because I feel sick if I eat breakfast. So I don't eat breakfast. And also, I can't eat breakfast because when do I eat breakfast? This is a night shift working problem. I can't track meal times well enough. The only time that I'm awake for certain every single day without fail is 6 p.m. on every single day, right? That's the only time that I can guarantee that I am able to actually sit down and have a meal, which is a problem that started since I started doing night shifts. Because of that, it means that I don't get lunch, which isn't great. And I don't recommend that you doing this. It does mean that I have a bit more leeway with snacking, which evens out because it makes me a lot happier to eat like occasionally rather than just sitting down and eating a whole meal. It's a whole thing. I'm able to snack when I want this way, and it's good. And I'm happy with it. It's a thing. But, wow, my desk is dusty. Like, seeing how dusty my desk is, that's gross. But with that, it means that I'm only set to sit down at 6 p.m. every evening, pretty much. It means that I am pretty much guaranteed every single day that I'll get dinner. So I've always got to have dinner. I don't know where I'm going with this. The point being is that I ended up just eating the same thing every single week for the last like year essentially, which was fine. I liked the routine. I didn't really have to step out of it, and it was good. So this was good. This is very good. So with eating the same stuff every week, you do get bored, though. It's the thing I will be honest about. That's not doing anything, but never mind. You do get bored, and it's, it's hard to get bored. Like, I will quite happily eat scrambled eggs every single meal, every single day for the rest of my life. And I wouldn't even think about it, right? I wouldn't blink. Like, and I used to do it, which, I'm not gonna lie, the sulfur is just, yeah, it's a lot of sulfur. I don't recommend it, but I used to do that, right? And this is the problem I have with, like, food aversion, is that I will just eat the same thing every single day, all the time. And that's fine. The other issue is that, like, because of that, I was fine. But another problem that came with it was that simple meals were oftentimes the ones that I got from Tesco. So they tended to be the 2-person meals. Usually, Paul will come around for dinner. So usually what would happen is I'd do this, like, kind of tray ready meal sort of thing, but it was, like, proper food. Not like a ready meal, like you shove it in the microwave and you're done, right? It was like a proper, like, you had to put it in the oven and, like, take it out halfway through, pour the gravy over, that sort of thing. The problem with those dishes is that, much as I like them, they became very expensive. It was, like, pretty much you could buy 2 for £8, originally, £7 every week. And then this year they went up to £8 for the 2. And that was the offer at Tesco, which is still kind of, it's more affordable than buying all the ingredients for these meals. The problem is, and this is something that's kind of started happening, is that I'm starting to get food guilt. Because, you know, potentially being autistic means that I have a bit of a, like, sense of justice about these things. Is that is what I'm trying to say is that your girl is kind of wanting to be vegan, but I can't commit to veganism because I don't eat enough as it is to limit my diet to the point of veganism, you know. This is a problem that I have battled with for several years. I want to be vegan, but I can't be vegan, if that makes sense. Like, I have food aversion so much to the point that veganism just isn't an option. Vegetarianism might be, but I'm not there yet with eating things. And so part of that is that despite the fact that I want to eat scrambled eggs every single meal, every single day for the rest of my life, I need to experiment with different sort of vegetarian safe foods and get foods that would be safe for me to eat with my limited palate, so that I can maybe give up meat. Or, like, maybe not give up meat. I don't think I can ever give up meat. But I think, because I wouldn't eat enough protein to give up meat, if that makes sense. Like, you get a lot of nutrients from meat. And the problem with getting, like, nutrients from meat, you can replace it a lot of the time with vegan things. Usually with nuts and stuff. I'm not a big nut fan. So it's this is the problem. Can you see the problem? Anyway, so getting to do my own food shop meant that I got to choose all the fucking vegetarian and vegan meals I wanted, which was fan-fucking-tastic. So guess what I bought for the first time, boys and girls? I bought tofu. I've never had tofu. No one's ever made me anything with tofu before. I've never bought tofu at a restaurant. I have no idea what it tastes like. But am I excited? Oh boy, you better bet I'm excited. I'm so fucking excited to try tofu for the first time. I can't tell you how fucking excited I am to try tofu for the first time. I actually, like, I'm so excited. I've got a whole plan. So I've also, this is another thing with, like, food aversion, is that I have to set a meal plan every week for that week. And I can't really step outside of that. If I'm really not feeling a food certain day, or if I've not got enough spoons to kind of cook that food that day, I can change it, but it's got to be something that I would have to swap with something else, you know? So I know what foods I'm going to eat that week, and there's not really much, like, stepping outside of that, which is actually a really good thing because I food plan so much, and now I'm cooking for 2 of us pretty much every day. Because I'm food planning, we're saving a lot of money. And this is what I'm trying to get to, is that I've food planned. So for Saturday, I'm gonna have peanut butter. I gotta get peanut butter, but I'm gonna have peanut butter and peanut butter satay, tofu. And I'm gonna put like breadcrumbs on it, and I'm gonna have like peanut buttery and peanut butter battered tofu chicken fillet things, if that makes sense. And I have no recipe for this. I'm just gonna do it. I'm very excited. I've never had tofu. This is probably gonna be horrendous. I know you gotta freeze it to make it like good. So hopefully this goes well. Guys, pray for me. I am so scared. Sorry. I wasn't reading chat. You're basically a demon lord. Oh, shucks. So pretty. Yes. Thank you. Bad. Don't miss meals. Don't. Yeah. I haven't burned down the kitchen yet. I almost did yesterday because I used my stainless steel pans for the first time. Dude, I have noodles almost every lunchtime. I don't know what else to have at the moment. Yes. I would too. I used to have noodles every meal, but they've become really expensive. This is the thing, is that if you didn't know, the UK, we've got a cost of living crisis going on at the minute. Food is very, very expensive at the minute. So if you're not doing things from scratch, it's actually kind of hard to eat at the minute. Fortunately, I am able to do things from scratch now. Is your PC gonna catch fire? Holy damn. PC working overtime. Oh my god, is it really struggling? Sorry if it is really struggling. I don't know what's going on. Can't be vegan if you like eating sausage. I can't suck dick if I'm vegan! God damn. You gotta be careful with veganism. Don't want to become a junk food vegan. Yes, this is a thing. This is another problem, and this is the main problem that talking to my vegan friends has kind of come up, is that veganism is really hard. Well, being vegetarian is hard if you want to be organic as well. It's really hard to kind of be like vegan in this day and age, in the sense like you have a lot of options, but a lot of it is very processed food, which isn't great. So a lot of it is like quite high in salt, which isn't great for you. It's probably going to be a problem for me because I tend to oversalt things. It's a thing. Probably an autism thing. I don't know. I'm getting really nervous about the autism stuff, guys. But I salt everything, so becoming a vegan is just potentially gonna like kill me. I'm probably gonna get really high cholesterol from the amount of salt intake I would be having, but who knows. Alright, let's see if it freaks out. Why is it freaking out so much? What's going on? What do I have open that's like... Why is it struggling so much? Did Discord open in the background? Let's see if that helps. No. Okay, I might change the setting. We'll see if I can get it to... Oh, no, you can't change the graphics at all. That's fucking brilliant. Oh... Why is this a thing? It's not usually this bad, is it? Alright, I'll see if I can restart it. I can restart the game, see if that helps. It shouldn't be going this hard. Yeah. Asda 25p chicken noodles haven't changed since I had them as a kid, except the price. They used to be 8p. Oh my god. Yeah, everything used to be super cheap, but like, I would agree with that, except that I don't have an Asda near me. I have to travel to go to Asda. I have all the bougie shops near me. Because, let's face it, Tesco has become a bit of a price whore. I don't think I'm wrong in saying that. Tesco has really started to annoy me. I used to be such a whore for Tesco. I used to be like, fucking like, you know, Tesco's, everything. And then I worked there. And then the cost of living crisis started. And then Tesco really hiked up their prices. And to be fair, they've got quite good wages. I can speak from experience on that. They're quite fair with their wages. But, and there's a big but, it costs a lot. And basically, it costs a lot. And if you don't have Tesco Club Card, you're basically fucked. And it's pretty much a scam in the nicest way. And the best examples I can give for this is like, for example, a cup noodle. This is probably a very, very like good example to give. A cup noodle, as in the brand cup noodle, at Tesco. I don't know if this is an area thing, by the way, but Tesco, it's £1.70 minimum, right? If you go to B&M, it's a pound. So, like, you know, no one has time to shop around that much. Most of us do, like, our food shop in one big bulk shop, right? That tends to be how people do their food shop. When I first started buying my own food, the most I was spending a week was about 25 to 30 pounds. That was mostly my, like, food shop. And that's for me and, you know, potentially someone else if Paul was, like, coming over. So that was my food shop. And I got a lot of, like, pretty, like, straight up stuff. So I'd get, like, the meal deal for that. And then I'd also get, like, not the meal deal, like, the ready meal things. I get that pretty cheap. And then I'd get I'm gonna keep an eye on the frames, by the way, guys. I'd also get the, like, cans of Coke or Pepsi, and then I'd also get, like, you know, maybe some steak fillets or some salmon fillets for that. And it was pretty, like, and other things obviously, but it was pretty evenly, like, placed. And then more recently, I was starting to spend like 50 odd quid in there a week. I don't know why that jump sort of seemed to happen. It was a whole thing. It was just like really like kind of a shock when we went into 2025 how much my shopping bill went up. But the thing with doing my own food shop, it was cheap. I'll get to that because I'm reading chat now. But yeah, so many people go into veganism / veggie without doing research about what your body needs. Have you seen some of that fake bacon stuff that looks like dog treats? I have, and I've also eaten it, and it's not that bad. I had chicken that tasted so weird. Oh my god, dang it. Do you run VTube Studio through Steam? If so, it has an option in the files to run without. It uses way less RAM. I never use it through Steam anymore. Oh, interesting. Is that a thing? What, VTube Studio? Let me see. Oh wow, apparently I can do that. Oh, I'll have to look at this at some other point. But yeah, I do run it through Steam. We will have to discuss this at some point, because that would probably help. But yeah, thanks for the heads up. Get you a club card, you get some awesome club card prices. I use my mom's club card. I haven't yet, like, despite the fact that I don't live here anymore, I haven't yet, like, got my own club card. I have my own Superdrug card. I have my own, Holland and Barrett card. Don't ask me why. There isn't a Holland and Barrett anywhere near me. Like, I have to travel quite a way away to get to a Holland and Barrett, right? So why I got a Holland and Barrett card, don't ask. I think I was going through, I think this was when I was like, in fact, I think this was when, like, in the lesser, like, eco-friendly days, so I was getting a lot of, like, stuff that was, like, more Holland and Barrett based. I think I was on a bit of a vitamin journey because I didn't know what my body needed, and then I saw the doctors and they told me. Welcome, Net! Net redeemed drink dummy. Thank you, Net. I will drink to that. Sorry I didn't see that till now. So I got a Holland and Barrett card. I had a Works card, but they don't do that anymore. If you didn't know, you have a Works card, they don't accept it anymore. So I don't have a Works card anymore, but I did. And then I also have a Costa club card. Is it called a club card? I have a Costa card. Because you get free coffee with that, and if you bring in a reusable cup, you get a extra bean, which means you get free coffee after 5 coffees, which is a pretty good deal. So, and there's several Costas around me, so Costa card is like it's a pretty good one. But I've had that since I was in art college, so. So I got that, and then I think that's it. I'm trying to think what other club cards I have. I mean, my bag is somewhat near me, so I could take a look. But yeah, I've got loads of club cards, but I haven't got my own Tesco club card. So that's another thing that I need to get on with, is getting a Tesco club card of my own. But I think Paul and I are talking about maybe sharing like a household one. But that's a whole can of worms of complication that I think will just ultimately be pointless. But yeah, so club cards one I need to get. Lidl have recently released a club card, and I go to Lidl quite a lot at the minute because they have lots of stuff that's package free. So like I started getting like pistachios from Lidl, so, and my bread, which this is what I was getting to, was that I did my own food shop the other day for the first time. And I got my first ever loaf of bread that I chose and bought myself. I'm so happy. I got a sourdough white bread. It's not that tasty, I'm not gonna lie. It tastes a bit like thick wet bread, but you know, I've had worse. It's a pretty good loaf. I don't think I'd buy it again. And I realized that it wouldn't go in the toasty maker, so that's a whole thing. But it was package free, you know. It didn't even have a cardboard roll on it. And literally the only reason I bought it was because I went to M&S to buy one, and they were sold out. So, so I'm gonna try a different one next time. But yeah, so I go to Lidl a lot, so I need a Lidl club card as well. Yeah, I think that's it. I don't think there's any other club cards you can get. Let me know. But welcome to I can send you a screenshot at some point showing you where it is if you want later. Yes, please. I will probably not get around to it for quite some time because your girl is slow. Right, it's gonna buffer loads. I don't know why. I think it's because these are running. I don't know. Why is it doing that? If it's really bad, I might just have to skip. I can't change the settings is the problem. Like, there's literally nothing I can do about the, like, the fucking, there's nothing here. Like, there's no way to turn down the graphics. So, Urban Jungle devs, please, like, make your game less intensive. It's usually fine. Why is it now a problem? If it's really bad, guys, please tell me, because it looks bad on my monitor and I can't tell if it's actually, like, affecting the stream very much. Wait a second. I had something and now I've lost it. Oh, no. Yeah, what was I getting to? So... Oh, there it is. I totally lost it. Oh my god. So I did my first ever food shop, right? And it was pretty great. So they always warn you when you do your first ever, like, food shop, right? When you move house and you do your first ever food shop, right? They always tell you, man, good luck with that. It's fucking expensive, right? Dude, I spent £60, which is pretty expensive. But realistically, at the minute, that's like £10 more than my average food shop. So, like, wow. And also, something that I've noticed is actually buying meat-free stuff is a lot cheaper than buying the meat stuff. Don't ask me why. It just is. So your girl thinks she's committing to veganism now. But yeah. Oh god. Why can't I hear? But yeah. Need to sneeze. I'm getting blue balled by sneeze. It can be. So, with that, so I bought for my first ever food shop. Interestingly as well, I guess another part of that is that they always say that, you know, your first food shop, right? You're realistically probably buying things like toilet rolls and shit like that, and spices and, you know, condiments. But I did buy condiments, so but like, you know, like shit like that, right? Didn't buy any of that. Well, except the condiments. I did 100% buy condiments, but I bought my toilet roll a few weeks ago, and I will be continuing to buy toilet roll in bulk. Well, not continuing necessarily, but find boxes with plants packed for delivery. Oh, it has like, okay, it seems to be buffering less. Maybe it's the top floor. That seemed to be like really buffering, huh? Oh, I see. So, yeah. I don't think I'm gonna become a vegan. I don't think that's a doable thing for me. I really want to. Mostly because I think a lot of people say like they have food aversions and that's why they can't become vegan. And to be honest, I am part of that problem. But I know vegans, I know autistic vegans, so it's like not undoable. But I just don't know if I'm really there with food yet enough to do it, if that makes sense. I'm not quite there yet. I don't know. Who knows? I'd like to. Anyway, so my food shop, right? Did my first ever big food shop, which meant your girl got to buy her first loaf of bread. I went for... So originally I was going to go for a M&S white sourdough, right? That was my original plan. And then I get to M&S at like 6 p.m. in the evening, no sourdough. So your girl didn't get to have sourdough. And I've never had sourdough before. So I was really disappointed. Knew that Lidl had some, so went over to Lidl and got some, and it was great. It's still in my bread bin, which, guys, I have a bread bin. Oh, it is buffering again. I have a bread bin, right? I've never had a bread bin before. So I'm curious to see if the bread lasts longer. Because in my house, I'm used to you having to put your bread in a plastic bag and keep it sealed, or else it goes really moldy really quick and it's a whole thing. But now I've got my own, like place and I've got my own. Why are there so many fucking pots in this fucking thing? Dude, can you... Am I going crazy? What's going on? Why is there so many fucking pots in this? I know it's a plant shop, but Jesus Christ. Anyway. Why have I got plates here? What the... Why have I got plates? What is this? Am I saying I'm a kid? What is happening here? Oh my god. I have a feeling these are probably ones for the shop, but oh my god, I'm so confused. What is going on here? Why am I like... Okay. Sure, okay, whatever. We'll just go with this. Okay. So I bought my first ever loaf of bread. It's great. I scuffed up my chopping board immediately trying to cut it. I wasn't too impressed about that. But you know, so you get for buying a varnished chopping board. But whatever. Anyway, so I got my first loaf of sourdough and I bought butter in the shop. So I got my first ever... No, this isn't true. I buy butter quite a lot. I don't eat butter. I go for olive spread because I think that it's a lot more salty tasting, which I prefer. So your girl has a preference for some good old salty... I like my salty butter, but I find that regular butter kind of not as great for you if you have it too salty, so that's why I don't eat that one. That's why I have that butter. And that's another thing, is trying to eat more plant-based, because realistically, that's what I was trying to get to, was that I'm trying to be more plant-based. I'm trying not to... I don't think I'll ever be able to give up meat completely, but if I can just try to be a bit more plant-based, I think that would be kind of good enough. Cut down on my meat consumption. Because I already cut down on my dairy consumption like years ago, because your girl is fussy, and I don't really like the smell of dairy. And also because cattle farming is the leading cause in greenhouse gas emissions. Just a statistic to put it out there. But for me, it's like, I just don't really like the taste of it. It's also not great for you, but like, I don't know how like factual the things they say about dairy milk for you is true. So I'm not gonna say it because it may or may not be a conspiracy theory, but honestly, it kind of makes sense enough that I would believe it. But like, you know, what do I know? I'm just a fucking waffle tinger. What can I say? Yeah. I'm trying to be more plant-based is what I'm trying to say. So it's kind of been an easy transition because your girl is not too... I don't really buy dairy because I don't really consume dairy. Ice cream and maybe regular cream when I'm making like cakes or something. It's kind of the only time that I buy like real dairy stuff. And what's nice as well is that despite the fact that Paul's very much made it very clear to me that he will never become a vegetarian and he will never eat tofu and he'll never have meat. He'll never give up meat. He is willing, however, to pretty much give up dairy, which has been huge. So for us, we will not be buying dairy milk anymore. But instead, what we will be doing is we will be buying... we will continue to buy... we will... Fucking hell, why have I done it like this? Why is it like so like diagonal? What is going on? Why have I done it like this? Anyway, so your girl is pretty much doing good on the nut milk part. I did have to explain to Paul, because he said to me, so how do they milk the nuts? And I said, they pull the little teats on the nuts. I genuinely told him this in the supermarket, and I bet the woman who was next to us gave us a funny look, but I didn't see. And then he said, can I return you to your mother? So, where was I going with this? So, I plan to potentially, I'm planning to eventually like start making my own sort of nut milks. I don't think I'll ever be able to make butter out of it because that's a whole process that I just don't think I have the time for. Jesus Christ, how many of these fucking little if it gives me another one, I'm gonna cry. Thank fuck for that. So I want to I want to make my own like nut milk, and you guys know this, and I'm gonna obviously be experimenting with different types and stuff, so that's a whole journey that I'm gonna go on, and I can't wait to like when we are actually in the place. Like, why am I saying it like that? We are in the place. I don't know why I said it like that, but when we're like a bit more settled and I've got the entire setup over there, I will be eventually attempting to do kind of cooking or baking videos or making things videos. I do want to kind of get into that more, which I'm not really, I need to get my confidence about, because I am so self-conscious about myself, and you guys are basically just gonna see my arms and my like stomach area, and I don't know how I feel about that, fam, so forgive my apprehension, but I do want to like do like more I wanted to start doing hand streams, so cooking would be fun. I would like to do that. Yeah, but I want to like maybe make my own nut milks. I also found out, like, because I was like, oh, yogurt shouldn't be too hard to make, right? Like making your own yogurts. I was like, oh yeah, that should be pretty easy to do, right? Is it fuck? You need, right? You ready for this? You need, get this. You need yogurt to make yogurt. God, it's freaking out again. Nut milk sounds handsy, I know. Nut milk. Completely vegan. So yeah, nut milk. God, if it continues to like struggle like this, I might actually cry. Vegetables, I'm sorry. Whoa. Dude, my computer is actually having a meltdown straight up. This does not sound good. It's got so much space now as well. My computer may or may not be overheating. It is in fact. I just start, like, I could actually hear it for some reason. Yeah, where was it going? So, an orchid. Vegan do be hard. I know. I know I'm talking about this loads, but I don't think I could do it. But mind you, there are people in my life that have kind of turned around and said that if I like, they're waiting for the day that I come in one day to work and say, because fun fact, lots of people in my life have thought I'm vegan. I don't know why. Guys, I might actually have to turn off the model for a minute. Just because it seemed to be really struggling, and we are kind of mostly here in the game. I will close this and see if that helps. Oh, can you fuck off? Okay. There we go. You guys don't have to miss out on me. This is what we did. I love that. Dude, this is what happened when we were like, I can't remember what stream it was, but we did a collab and I straight up just could not get the thing to run while BeatTube Studio was open. So I ended up just like not. So I ended up just like creating this to like kind of just cover up the fact that I was having PC issues. I think it's just the best way to get around it, I think, unfortunately. I'm so sorry. It's still buffering. Are you joking? Oh my god. I'm sorry if it drops frames. It's the game. It's not my setup. It's just like not really functioning very well. But hopefully this takes the edge off a bit. My computer stopped like making a sound, so that's kind of promising, you know? Love meat too much. I'm honestly like, I saw something somewhere that said if you eat 23, this might be wrong, don't take my word for this, don't take this as fact either, but I heard somewhere that if you eat like 25 meals a year that are completely plant-based, it like helps. It's like helps cut down on meat consumption. I don't know. It like contributes like something, but it's better for you to like eat less. Like just guys, just once a week, try and just eat something that's more plant-based. Like just experiment with it. I think we could all benefit from eating vegetables every now and again. That being said, right? That being said, I will stand here and say that just be aware that despite the fact that, like, dairy farming in general is considered, like, one of the higher sort of contributors to kind of, you know, greenhouse gases, so is soy farming. So, you know, I'm not like a scientist or anything, so I can't give you like the facts about this, but you can do your own research. It's soy farming is like, it takes a lot of energy and a lot of like power to do it. And it's a great, like, I just don't think it's a bad thing if you want to like, cut down on your, like, meat consumption, but, you know, it's like, if you're giving up meat, try and, like, knuckle down on why you're doing it. For me, it's, like, eco-friendliness, and also just because I'm starting to feel a bit, like, conscious about the fact that, like, meat is animals. I'm not gonna sit here and lie to you. Ever since I was a child, and this has come from growing up in the countryside, and I don't think this is uncommon for people like country bumpkins, you know? People that grow up in the countryside, for me, there has never been a point in my life where I wasn't fully aware of the fact that the meat on my plate came from an animal. There has never been a part in my life that I haven't been aware of that fact. That's always been something that I've known. It's just kind of, now I'm kind of going into the more, like, consciousness of buying my own sort of produce and my own food. It's sort of kind of hit me that I can make those choices for myself now. And you know what? I don't think I'm, like, I don't think that I'm making any sense. To be honest, I literally have forgotten what I was saying. Oh my god, why am I like this? Oh, basil. I bought a basil plant yesterday. That's something I can talk about. I was talking about food. I'm just trying to cut down on my meat consumption is what I'm trying to say. Anyway, so I bought a basil or basil plant. I don't know what everyone calls it, different things, right? So I bought a basil plant yesterday. I'm very excited about it. I don't think it will live as long as I expect it to, which kind of sucks, but you know. Where am I putting this? But I bought a basil plant because I was just gonna buy the regular spice, but I like fresh basil, and also the smell of it is really good. So I bought some of that. I would love to do my own sort of herb farming. I'm realizing those are the same plant. I don't want to put those here. I keep forgetting what I'm saying. This is not great. I'm not having a good time with this. Oh, someone wants to talk to you. Do you want to answer? I'm here. Hi there. Oh, hug. Girl, this isn't a startup anymore. This is a serious business. Congrats, you're amazing. Love you, bestie. Hey, Hugo and I are heading out for lunch. What do you want? Fuck. Fuck. I want to be vegan, but like a burger. Because I don't like curry. You said your brother was ugly. Of course I would. It's my brother. Right? Like I think it would. I don't know. Would like siblings think that their sibling is attractive? Question mark. Genuinely, people who are siblings, would you say that your sibling is attractive to anyone? A question for the class, because I wouldn't. What? I wasn't lying. Nice to meet you. I'm Farita. I hope your sisters told you about me. What's going on? Nice to meet you. I'm Nurgan. What else did she say about me? That I could introduce you to my brother. Stop. Oh, I'm not looking for anyone right now. Oh. Oh. Okay, but if you change your mind, here's his photo. Here's his photo and number. Hey? Oh, is she like hooking someone up? Oh, her brother. Did I miss that? Exciting. But Farida, reach out to him if you're interested. Yeah, he's girl, relax. It doesn't hurt to try, right? Maybe we'll be family someday. Okay, cool. Thanks, I guess. Vegetables. Oh my god, that's a whole pepper tree. That's another thing I bought at the shops. I bought loads of vegetables. So I bought a pepper. I've got it in the fridge. I bought an avocado, which is something that I usually buy. I bought an avocado, right? And guess what I got to use for the first time? Your girl got to use her beeswax wrap, and I'm so excited. Why do I not have enough money for plants? Excuse me? The fuck? No. God damn it. Alright, I'm happy there. Where's that plant? Like, -5. Ooh. Apparently it doesn't like these plants. Oh. Okay, sure, we'll go with that. What is going on? Okay, maybe not. Does not seem happy about being put there. Yeah, I can buy more plants now. Let's go. I just say shit fast. Oh, she's hooking up her brother up. Are you gay? Oh my god. Are you gay? What the fuck? Am I good? I'm not going there. What is good? Okay, they would be happy to. What's wrong with the monstera? Why does literally every plant hate it? Cool. Whoa. I'm just gonna put in plants wherever, because I guess it's a business, so it's okay if it's messy. But yeah, I bought tofu, and I'm kind of nervous. Can anyone tell me what it tastes like? Because everyone always acts like tofu's really gross, but then I've looked into it online and everyone says it actually just tastes of nothing and it's really bland tasting, but you kind of like need to learn how to like cook with it to make it taste good. And I'm like, oh, okay. This seems complicated and now I'm confused and I'm a bit overwhelmed and I'm a bit nervous. What can I say? Why is this plant like at a -5? What is going on? Oh my god. Need to start putting some upstairs, I suppose. Oh. Don't want light, okay. Why do you need to be sauce? Why am I also so zoomed in? Bruh. Net redeemed drink dummy. Thank you, Nat. I will drink to that. Hi, sorry I was making lunch. That's okay. What were you making? Share with the class. Can I go on? Yeah, baby! Tomorrow is the day! Are you ready to open the store? I'm nervous. You worked so hard on this, Miss Soul, and you did an amazing job. Your old shop was already successful, and this one just a little bit bigger. It's twice the size of the old shop. You see, just 2 times bigger. You can handle that. Let's go get Helena from school and have dinner together. We need to celebrate. Oh, we need to celebrate, but the store isn't open yet. We'll celebrate your hard work today. Yeah, don't celebrate in the evening after opening for the first time, because if you get like a big like opening day and everyone like storms your business to support you because like small startup and all that, like you're gonna be exhausted by the end of the day and you're gonna get home and you're gonna be like, I don't want to go out for dinner, I just want to sleep. So just get takeaway on like that. You've earned it, Carino. Thank you, my love. Ooh, we're in love. What are we up to? This updated today, by the way. 2024, this was last year. Mommy, grandma and uncle are here. I'm coming. Wow, she's all grown up now. I'll go call Pappy. He's stuck in the workshop again. Hello, dear. Happy, Yasuka? Happy holidays. Are we early? I've just a little bit left to clean. Happy holidays, sis. Happy holidays. Hello. Come on into the kitchen. I'll set the table. I'll entertain you while my wife... Ah! We're married! We got married, boys! We upgraded! Let's go! We upgraded! Level up! Let's go! We're married now! Woo! Jasper, do you like incest? I'm sorry? What the fuck? What the fuck? What? The transition there is a bit much. The transition there was a bit much. Bruh, baby, I swear to God. Yes, I like incense, if that's what you meant. If you meant incest, as in loving on your family a bit too much. No, I don't. Despite the fact that I'm Cornish, no one else in my family is. And you know what? It's not a family wreath, it's a family tree, okay? And we're gonna keep it that way. Don't sleep with your relatives. That's the end of that conversation. But incense, I do like a bit of incense. I am a bit of an incense slag. I like a bit of incense. I've got a whole crate full of it at my new place, and I'm very excited about it. But I gotta kind of use it up soon because once I get a bird, I won't be able to use it as much. Or at least I won't be able to use it in like the living room and stuff. Scented candles are the same. If you know, you know. You know that birds don't really cope very well. Guys, I also just had a thought, and I'll tell you about it in a minute, but fucking hell, baby. The transition there was a bit much. Anyway, guys, we leveled up. I'm now a wife. I'm now a working wife. Go ahead, Karina. I've got it all covered. Thanks, love. We're not kissing on the cheek. That's gay. Anyway. So which one's us? I'm assuming this is Helena's mother. And then this must be us. That must be our wedding day. I'm wearing a turtleneck on my wedding day. Jeez. Okay. Oh my god, my cat's here. Wait. I know my cat's here because the bed's here. My dog. Ah! The goodest boys. Who's a good girl? Pet Esmeralda 20 times. I got the achievement. Let's go. So you don't need incense, but do you need incense holders? I do not. I've got so fucking many incense holders. Like, I've got like 1, 2. I got 2 wooden ones. I got 2 basic like ceramic ones, but one's just like a little elephant, and then the other one's like a pretty big one that is like a back burner incense one, but like it's also got a holder for like a regular incense on it. And then I've got a metal one that I take camping, but yeah. No, I'm okay for incense holders. Thank you. Soz. Anyway. Find the setup board game and put it back in the box. My god, what the fuck? Wow. We have a... What is this? What is this called? Why do we have one? Paintings. So which one of us is the painter? I'm assuming this is probably Helena's room, actually, come to think. Just judging by the stuff in there. Wow. Look at all this bread. That's so much bread. Unless it's potatoes, but I think it's bread. Because these are bread and they look the same. That's a lot of bread. That's a lot of bread. That's a lot of bread. Right. Okay. Board game back in box. Unpack the box with mum's food. Okay. I'm so confused. Bruh, where the fuck am I supposed to put this? Please, can I put this away? Oh. Please. I swear to God, let me put this somewhere that isn't here. Right. We'll do that up there because I don't need it there right now. I have no idea what it is. Access back. It's up in the back here, and then it's got stuff in it. But the empty one. Yeah. Then do set up for food. For a good host. Dude, like, it's like a fruit basket full of bread. I'm like a little bit concerned about how much flipping bread is in there. Like, is anyone else just like a bit like, wait a minute, why is there, like, genuinely, like, this isn't even a small amount. Like, this is, like, loaves the size of my cat. Are you kidding? Damn, sorry, Mimi. I gotta go mow the lawn. See you later, guys. Good luck mowing the lawn. Thank you for joining. See you soon. Bruh. I was so confused. I'm also a bit confused why our mother has provided us with... It's either boba. Judging by the colors, it's boba, but it might actually be caviar. And either way, I'm a bit concerned. I have never had caviar. I don't think I want to have caviar. Do you know how expensive it is? Found out that Tesco stocks caviar the other day. That was a fucking journey. Jesus Christ, the thing is £8. Are you kidding? No, I didn't buy it because I don't really eat fish, but... What are they doing? Pet small baby Rufus. Unpack the boxes in the greenhouse. Okay. Don't give me none of these. Don't think I can take it. Get off me. What else did I get at the shops? So a lot of my stuff also comes from the bulk, like the refillery that I go to. So loads of my sort of like stuff that you would like cook with stuff. So like pasta and like rice and that sort of stuff. That's the sort of stuff that I would buy from the refillery, right? So I hate this. Why can't I move these? Oh, okay. So I like I got pasta the other day and I got some carbonara sauce and I got some vegan ham and I made what I thought was like vegetarian carbonara, right? Boy, was I wrong. Jesus Christ, I didn't realize that carbonara premix had ham already in it. So that was a bit of a bummer, but you know, good job I'm not like trying to be like a vegan or a vegetarian because I think I would have actually cried. But yeah. Put raw clay pots on tray. Raw clay. There we go. Pet Princess Esmeralda. Find festive food and set it out on table. Oh my god. Are you kidding me? Right, fine. We're doing it on the table then. Oh, is this not it? Oh. Please tell me the, like, big old thing of bread isn't just for, like... It is our fruit bowl! Are you kidding? It's literally our fruit bowl. Except without fruit, we've got bread. I hope I'm not being, like... I hope this isn't, like, a staple of, like, some, like... country's, like, food kitchen, and I'm just being, like, an ignorant, like, British person. I'm very sorry if I'm offending people. I'm just shocked at that much bread. Cool. Wait, I may have missed it. Is your new setup in your house or still at home? It's still at home. I'm still in my parents' house streaming. They're not here right now. And they won't be here when I leave. So I'm just here with Cherry. And yeah, we're leaving. I will collect some socks and then I will leave in a little while to go and get some potatoes and rice and noodles for dinner at some point. But yeah, so I'm just here right now for a second to just hang out, essentially. Yeah, so the new setup will be the setup will eventually move to the house at some point, either this weekend or sometime next week. However, I think I might have actually run into a problem, you know. I can't remember what it is off the top of my head, but I remember before stream there was a problem that I was like, wait a minute, that needs addressing. And now I can't remember what it was, so I'm like kind of freaking out a little bit. Not gonna lie, a little bit freaked out. Can I move that? You mind? Oh my. Yeah, what's left here? I guess I could talk about that, couldn't I? So what's left here currently is all my plants except the Monstera are at the new place. The Monstera is just too big. It will come with me. I just actually genuinely don't know where it's going right now. And also, it's kind of at that size where it's like, I'm gonna have a whale of a time trying to fit it in a fucking car. Holy shit, I am not looking forward to that journey. I was thinking about it at work today. I was like, I might genuinely have to, like, walk it back to my place. And keep in mind, my place is, like, a mile and a bit from my parents' house. So I could potentially carry it. The thing is, it is ridiculously heavy because it's so big, and realistically it's stupidly windy outside at the minute. So I mean, I could, but I just don't think it would survive. But at the same time, I don't think it's gonna survive a car journey. But to be honest, it could probably do with a trim anyway. It's spindly. I don't really know how else to like explain it. It's a very tall Monstera, but it's not a like bushy Monstera. It's very like, it's only producing like very like small weakling like leaves. Basically all the leaves it's producing look very much like this Monstera you're seeing here, except it is the size of like this palm. So I don't really like, it's not bushy at all. It's more like this prayer plant. So I don't actually know what to do about it. It's got like a couple like decent sized leaves from when it was in the nursery. And then since I've got it, it produces a lot of leaves, don't get me wrong. But it doesn't produce big leaves. It just produces really small ones, which might be on the fact that it's still in the nursery pot. Keep in mind, I've had it for like 2 years at this point. I needed to get it a bigger pot, but the problem with getting a bigger pot is that you have to get, like, I've got a ceramic pot and it's a certain size, so I need to get a pot that would fit that. But also they prefer to be a bit pot bound anyway, and it's just a whole thing. Guys, don't get into plant management. It's just not a fun time. I'm having no fun. Plants. Ugh. Ugh. Plants. Plants. Oh. Put plants in the gaming room. We have a gaming room? Are you having one on? Is this the gaming room? Oh my god, we have a gaming room. We're such a millennial couple. What the fuck? Dude, I should have this in the kitchen. It's getting light then. Maybe not. Maybe I will just have to book it. Book it. No, just it. Fuck off. Guys, I hate this game. It's so annoying to get like plants. 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 Whoops. Good question. But yeah, no, I'm still in my parents'. So I've moved to the new place. To answer your question, I have moved, like, properly. Like, not all my stuff is there, but I am sleeping there and going to work from there, and I'm eating there and watching, you know, Supernatural from there. So for all intents and purposes, I live in the new place. I have to come back home to my parents' house to stream because I still have no Wi-Fi at the new place. That will change tomorrow. Hopefully. So that's the answer to your question. Net ready and drink. Debbie, thank you, Net. I will drink to that. Carbonara sauce also has egg in it. Yeah, I know. I'm not, like, this is the thing. This is why I don't think I could ever do veganism. Because, I mean, to be honest, chickens lay eggs naturally. Like, that's just what they do. I'm not so keen on farmed eggs, if that makes sense. Because the issue with, like, farmed eggs is that they tend to only keep the chickens for, like, I think it's 2 months. Like, I don't know the life cycle of, like, an egg chicken. Basically, like, they have a very specific chicken that they, like, they'll let it produce eggs for, like, 2 months, and that's when it's got the most quality eggs. And then once it stops producing those, rather than feed them for that 2 months where they're not producing eggs and stuff, and it's just costing them money to, like, have farmers tend to just cull them at that point and, like, send them off for meat farming, which I'm not so keen on. So what I am basically gonna hopefully start doing is maybe getting some, like, because I buy free range. I always buy free range. That's always, like, I'm not the sort of person that doesn't buy free range, but I think I'm probably gonna buy from local farmers instead, because realistically it's better quality. I just find that you get more variety as well, because I'm not, like, fussed about what size the eggs are. So, like, if a recipe asks for, like, oh, you gotta use 2 large eggs or 2 medium eggs, fuck that. I'll just use whatever eggs I have available, okay? I'm not getting specific size eggs for specific, like, Large eggs aren't good for chickens. Like, that takes a lot of calcium to produce. But yeah. So for me, I'll always buy free range, and I always support free range. I used to buy free range from Tesco, but now obviously I'm on a bit of a guilt thing that I'm gonna start buying like proper farmers, like local business eggs rather than farmed eggs, because, you know, I know not all farmed eggs are like, they don't all color chickens, but realistically, if you're in a business that produces eggs, if you're farming mainly chickens, you're not going to keep the chickens like once they stop producing eggs for 2 months, because that's just going to cost you money to feed them, and then they're going to start producing lesser quality eggs. I do understand why they do it. It just doesn't feel right, you know? But yeah. And cheese, yeah, I know. That's good, well done. Battery eggs is a nasty business. My nan used to rescue battery hens. I used to work for KFC. Battery farming is the single-handedly most horrific thing that mankind has ever done to animals, in my opinion. That and animal testing. The thing is, with animal testing, buying like products and stuff and going for the animal testing certification, and I found this out from my ex-boyfriend's mum when I was seeing him. She's a full vegan. She explained to me that the not tested on animal certification is actually a lot of the time bollocks, because what they kind of don't all talk about is that some things that are labeled as not tested on animals just means that that specific product isn't tested on animals. Doesn't necessarily the ingredients at some point haven't been tested on animals, and I don't really think there's any way to, unfortunately, like, avoid that in our day and age. I think most things at some point have been tested on animals, and that's not a business that's great to, like, invest in, but you find a lot more things are like, they're kind of starting to cut out like animal testing on things, which matters to me. I don't ever recommend anyone ever looks up what animal testing looks like. I had to do it for a school, like I had to do it for an art project when I went to college, and I literally almost became vegan on the spot because of it. It is genuinely the most horrific thing I've ever seen, and that's just on Google Images. That wasn't like... It's a thing. Don't look it up. It's not nice. Also, I blocked Peter on TikTok the other day because I'm on like vegan TikTok a lot at the minute, just trying to find good recipes. Unfortunately, what started ending up happening is I'm getting recommended a lot of videos that are like, I don't want to say scaremongering in the fact that it's not real. It's very real what they're showing, but I don't want to see it, you know? It's like, I'm very aware that it happens, and I'm not trying to be ignorant to the fact that it happens. But, like, I can be, like, I can, you know, cut down on my meat, like, consumption without having to watch videos of animals in, you know, not great conditions. I'm always surprised those videos they get away with having those videos online. I know because it comes under activism, technically, but it's just... There's no warning, and that really upsets me. And this is my message to Peter. I think that your shock tactics are very outdated. I think what you're trying to go for is good, but you're going the wrong way around it. Please don't come for me, but at the same time, like, please just put a bit of a trigger warning. Just give me like 5 seconds if your video pops up on my feed, so I don't have to like listen to animals that aren't designed to make noise, literally screaming in audio. It genuinely, like, I didn't sleep after that, thank you. I didn't watch the video, I just heard 5 seconds of it and literally switched over. I don't want to see that. I don't think anyone wants to see that on their main feed. I know that's the point, but at the same time, like, please give people a warning, because I might already be a vegan and I would not want to see that, you know? I'm just being honest. So I've blocked Peter on TikTok because I don't need jump scaring to like make me be more conscious about my meat consumption. Please just be realistic about it. I do my best. And you know, we need people, we don't need everyone doing eco-friendliness, plant-based consumption. cutting down on meat. We don't need people doing it perfectly. We just need everyone trying to do it imperfectly for it to make a difference. That's all I'm saying. Like, we don't all need to be committing to veganism. I think that's just not going to be feasible. Many cultures rely on meat eating. Many indigenous cultures like consume animals in a better practice than, you know, we do in mass farming. And I don't think trying to get everyone to be vegan is the way around it. But at the same time, we can be a bit more conscious about our choices. You know, that's all I'm saying. It's like, make your own choices, guys. If you're not capable of being vegan or vegetarian and you're not capable of giving it up, don't. You know, it's on people that kind of can do that to do that, you know? That's all I'm saying. It's like the eco-friendly topic, you know? People always like say about zero waste. People with medical issues can't go zero waste all the time, you know? It's just unrealistic, but we need everyone to try to be a little bit more eco-conscious, you know? Just recycle your plastics. It's literally like, that's the perfect way to go. Don't buy plastic water bottles, you know, if you can help it. Recycle what plastic you do consume and eat a bit more plant-based. But, you know. But yeah, no, battery farming is literally like, I was part of like a mass campaign a little while ago that PISA was involved in that was trying to prevent some guy from starting a rabbit battery farm in, I think it was Cornwall, it might have been Devon. Either way, it was kind of like in our area. It was a massive scandal, like basically, because no one asked for it. No one really consumes rabbit meat down here. You find it a bit more than you'd like in kind of like local pubs and stuff, but that just tends to be because farming, unfortunately, if you're doing organic farming, you need to take care of the pests somehow, and unfortunately, like, rabbits are considered a pest. So that tends to be where they get it from, but it's like, you know, that's not, like, that's sustainable farming. And, you know, I don't like it as much as the next person, but what I don't understand is why this person thought that there was a business in, you know, rabbit farming. Why? Why did anyone think that that was... Why did this person think that that was something that was going to happen? Anyway, I was part of this campaign to get them to not do that, and we were successful. I'm pleased to say that. I don't know if it's been brought up again because he was going to retry the appeal to get land for it. But because there was such a big petition on going against it, it didn't happen. They voted against it, which was nice. But yeah. Battery farming is just, it's not, I just can't imagine it's worth it, you know? Like, surely it's cheaper just to, like, get a load of land and just let them, like, run wild, you know? Is it not, like, you know, if, unfortunately, it's like, yeah, I understand you're spending money on breeding them and stuff, but, like, and then, like, to have, like, wild animals come in and take care of them, like, but that's, like, just life, you know? I'm on a bit of a campaign here, I'm really sorry, people. I'd love to have Indian runner ducks, big eggs, and free slug control. Yeah, ducks are quite good for farming. I've never eaten duck eggs, but I've heard they're a lot silkier and like a lot more like smooth to cook with, and the yolks are better quality from what I've heard. But yeah, they're a good like, oh, they're a good fucking animal to like have around. Oh. Do I not have another one? Oh, fuck. But yeah, ducks. I like ducks. I like ducks a lot. I don't eat ducks. I haven't eaten duck for several years because I got given sausages once by my mother, and then once I'd eaten them, she turned around and did that horrible thing where she's like, "Well, guess what? You just ate a duck," and I literally never ate them again after that. There was a similar story with fish, but I do eat fish now. I started eating fish again in 2018. I didn't fish since I think about 2012, so quite some years. Probably not in any comparison to how long I haven't eaten ducks for, because I think I was really young when I stopped eating duck. Oh no, Frozes, Gozes, or however it's spelled, is horrible, and that's why it's illegal in the UK. What is? God, if I look this up, am I gonna see some horrible imagery? Am I gonna cry? Foie gras? Is that what you're saying? Oh my god! Foie gras is a French delicacy made from the liver of duck or geese that have been force-fed. The name literally translates to fatty liver in French. Its production is controversial due to the force-feeding process, which involves feeding the birds in large quantities of foods, causing their livers to significantly enlarge. Is that what you're on about? Oh, British farmers have been banned from producing foie gras since 2007. However, foie gras can still be imported and is readily available in supermarkets and served in many restaurants. What the fuck? They just put a pipe down their throats and force feed into their stomachs. Ugh. I literally have never heard of that. Oh, Labour foie gras ban pledge confirmed in 2024. Labour, which is our current government party in the UK, Labour has confirmed it will ban products made by force feeding. Oh my god. Oh, okay. I get where you're going with this. So basically, foie gras and fur farming have both been illegal in the UK for several years. Yeah, okay. So basically, that was the thing with the guy that wanted to do the rabbit battery farming, was that no one really understood what the point was, because he was after farming a very specific type of rabbit, which I know for a fact, and many of the sources that were kind of, you know, getting people to sign this petition to get him to not do this, were saying was that these rabbits were very much meat rabbits. Unfortunately, I have a really sad story. Unfortunately, Cherry is actually one of these rabbits. All is like a close relative of these. So it's basically a white rabbit, very bulky looking rabbit. It's designed for meat farming. So they typically are quite meaty rabbits, right? So I think this guy was putting out a statement to the local kind of council saying he wanted to make this battery farm to farm these meat rabbits. The problem was that what we knew would happen, and what we think he was trying to do under this guise of meat farming, was actually fur farming, which, yes, is illegal in the UK. So the thing is, this fur farming, yeah, rabbit fur is a bit of a weird one. What started happening more recently was that fur farming was starting to become a bit like, you have to be really careful when you buy fur now, like fake fur, because what was starting to happen was real fur was cheaper to produce than fake fur. That started happening. So basically what ended up happening was a lot of this like undercover fur farming was actually like trying to get around, like, you know, it would have basically been sold and then sold to companies and then missold to consumers as fake fur when it was actually real fur. And that was something I think was part of the complaint to stop this guy from doing this. I don't know if something's kind of come up since about it. I actually haven't really kept up with it, mostly because I heard that he did try again and then didn't get anywhere with it. Mostly because I don't think any council or governing party in their right mind nowadays would say yeah to something like that. Especially seeing as rabbit farming isn't really... Most people in the UK don't enjoy eating rabbit. I don't think it's like a meat source that would have taken off. Like, venison is really like not a meat source in kind of the UK that is popular, but it is a meat source that we are seeing more and more in like supermarkets and like in pub dinners, and you know, it is something that's starting to come up more. That is in part because they've become a bit of an invasive species from what I've heard, so culling them is actually like kind of encouraged by the government, which is horrible. But you know, the selling and production of that is not from farming, it's from protecting farming, if that makes sense. So it's a whole thing. But yeah, no, this guy was literally trying to like get around like battery farming, and it's like, dude, no one wants to wants battery farming to be legal. I genuinely can't wrap my head around why this guy thought he was going to get somewhere with this. It's a whole thing. I'm actually still angry about it to this day. It's genuinely like, what the fuck? Where did you think you were gonna go with this? I can't speak on the like whether or not it's still happened or has happened or is gonna happen. It just sucks. He didn't get anywhere with it. They said no, and he said he would try again, and you know, everyone's got their pens ready to sign this petition. So guys, if you see a petition from me shared on social media, you don't have to sign it. I'm not going to pressure you to do it. But at the same time, like, please do, because I really don't want rabbit farming in my area, and I really especially don't want rabbit battery farming. I don't like the idea of battery farming in general. Realistically, no amount of, like, meat cut down from my end and from anyone's end is going to put an end to that practice. That relies solely on the government saying that they don't want it, but that's a political part of the story. Just, you know, free range eggs if you're gonna buy eggs. That's all I'll ask. Am I there yet? I've got halfway through. Jesus Christ. Jesus Christ. Come on. Oh, fuck! I want no water, but sunshine. Okay. Anyway. It's very painful and sometimes they straight up die. Dude, that's horrible. I literally, you know what, Mimi? Much as I, think that education is important on these kind of things, like, I would have slept better at night knowing that this wasn't real. I literally have never heard of that. I thought veal was bad. If you don't know what veal is, pretty sure, correct me if I'm wrong, but veal, I'm pretty sure, is basically like newborn calf that they've kept in the dark for its entire life before slaughtering it. And it's considered a delicacy, and I'm just like, oh my god, you know what? I will forever call myself, I would be forever happy to call myself boring and uninteresting if it means I never put veal in my mouth. Or Forrest Gus, or whatever it's called, or anything like that. Like, it's bad enough that I put meat in my mouth that's probably come from a battery farm. I don't want to put food in my mouth that I know full well, no matter how it's farmed, is come from, like, torture, you know? Ugh. Like, fortunately for me, like, there are some butchers in my areas that get from farms that are, like, RSPCA approved. That is something that you can do in Cornwall. It's just not very common. But, like, at the same time, like, I can't cope. I'm scared. Like, I could go to the butcher's, right? I can't do it. I'm so scared. Like, I can't cope with passing by a butcher's. This is the thing. I really have to detach myself from what I eat. Because I would straight up just never eat anything. And this is why, like, I struggle with meat eating in general. It's just because I, like, need to, like, detach myself from eating meat as much as possible. Like, I have to kind of pretend and convince myself that what I'm eating is not a dead animal. Which isn't a good way to consume meat in general. It's like, if you're having to do that, then maybe you shouldn't be eating meat. But it's like, at the same time, I'm like, man, I just, like, vegetarianism is just not something that I can commit to. But if I can, it'd be great. Guys, I'll keep you posted, but, like, genuinely, I'm hoping that there is a day when I come on here and I say, you'll never guess what, I am a vegetarian. Like, I can't wait for that day. I really do hope I can do that. I hope that's something that I can do at some point in my life. I hope that there is a point in my life where I can turn around and go, yeah, I'm a vegetarian. And I managed to do that. Oh god, I should probably do all this. Put plants in the gaming room. I thought I did. There we go. Oh, I need to put 3 plants in the gaming room. I don't want any of these. Fuck. Animals. Ishog have to look, got stuffs to do, and have a good rest of the stream, Jasper, and good luck with finishing moving and everything over. Yes, thank you, thank you, thank you. I very much appreciate it. Thank you for coming. I hope you have a good rest of your day. Am I still not done? Oh, find the projector and put it behind the sofa. What? Oh. What do you mean? On here? Let's not do. Why would I put that there? Why? Do that and then it's shining straight in our eyes. Right, find the board games and move them into the gaming room. Oh, okay. Okay, that's... Okay, that's great. Find Helena's present for Grandma on the second floor. Okay. Is it that? Aww. We're almost there, peeps. We're almost there. I hope. This is a stupid amount of plants. Even for me, I'm like, what the fuck, man? Are we there yet? No! Oh. There we go. Blocks everything. Put vegetables in here. Then we can encourage her eat healthily. That's a thing, isn't it? Oh. Why did I pick this one? Why do I keep picking plants that hate sunlight but love water? Because I literally have nowhere to put them. Oh. I earned 1,000 points in one chapter. Yeah, baby. Are we there yet? Oh my god, I'm so close, guys. I'm so close. I'm so close. I'm so close. Ooh, baby, do you know that word? Ooh, heaven is a place on earth. Do, 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 do. Ooh, heaven is a... Oh, let's go. Hi, did I miss anything? You're just in time. Hey, Verita. Should I call everyone to the yard, honey? Yes. Grandma, can I have a pie? Of course. Lenochika? Hugo, you take some too. Thank you, Oksana. Why is he saying her full name? Okay. Can I have one too? I could eat a whole bucket of them. Of course, dear. Nogan, give this to Farita. Here you go, Fruita. By the way, I thought your brother was coming too. Oh boy! Is she coming? She's like, no. Never need to drink everything you know. I will drink to that. Sorry, he's stuck at work. I think he's shy. I'll set up a meeting for you next week. Oh, okay, thank you. I'd like to meet him. Oh my god, who do you want to meet? Oh god, my brother. Good job, Farita. Okay, good. Mum's supportive. Mum didn't want to support my plant business, but she supports the fact that my brother is gay. You know... Okay. We'll go with that. They're both good things, and mother should support both of them. That's all I'm saying. My son drags his feet. If you don't push him, he'll just sit there. Oh god. I drag my feet, but if you push me, I will cement my feet. Mom, nod vigorously. It's so wonderful that you've gathered us all here, my daughter. I no longer worry about you. 30 years ago, when we moved to this country, I didn't expect our family to grow this much. Grandma would be so proud of you. She also loved it when everything around her was blooming. You're so much like her. Thanks, Mom. I miss Grandma too. I've been thinking about something. What's that, Mum? I want to go home to my mom. You and your brother have made a nice life for yourselves here, and it's time for me to visit my family and friends. Whoa. Wait. So Grandma's still alive? And we're just not oh my god, okay. We're not visiting her? That's fucked, okay. We have a business that's really successful, surely, and a house, and a mortgage, and a family. Why would we not go and visit Grandma? Before it's too late. Yeah, like, maybe you should all go. Do you want to come with me? Yeah. Really? How wonderful. What do you mean? Oh, how long has it been? I love you, my darling. I love you too, Mom. Happy Yasuka to everyone. Happy holidays. Happy summer. Yay, finally summer. Happy holidays. Jesus Christ. Woohoo. Happy Yasuka, my dear. Happy holidays, Mom. Is this it? You finished the main story. Let's go. Yay. I will fix everything, program. Oh my god. Well, introverted as hell. Marketing social media. Dude, I love these credits. Special thanks to Best Boy Rufus. Is that it? Wow! So that's the main game. Right. Give me 2 seconds. Bad time. Not loading. Oh. Oh. It's really not loading. Oh. Aw, man. There we go. Okay. I'm back. Hello, people. You can see my webcam again. Anyway, with that, guys, I'm probably gonna end stream there because your girl, it's been 3 hours, and also your girl has to go to the shop, so pray for me that they're not shut. Anyway, with that, thank you very much for the patience. I wasn't sure if I was gonna be able to stream today, but I'm glad that I did because I came home and it was good. And yeah, I'm just, you know, working 9 to 5. What a way to make a live, you know, like just trying to get things done, you know. It's just life at the minute. But yeah, hopefully I'll get the Wi-Fi set up tomorrow, and then hopefully at some point next week I will get the PC in. Oh, that's what it was. I remember what the thing was now, that I was like, oh wait, this is going to be a problem once I move the PC in. I don't have a chair. The chair I'm sat on at the minute isn't mine, and I don't want to take it with me when I move because it's not comfortable. So I gotta get a different chair, and like it's been on my list for ages and I just haven't been able to do it. So now I gotta get a chair, but yeah, that's gonna be an issue. Oh well. I'll see about getting like a fold out chair for the meantime. But we'll see. Anyway, guys, with that, I will be swiftly ending stream very soon. Mostly because, you know, I don't think things are really happening. But yeah, bit of a time at the minute. Things are going swiftly, smoothly, and we're all good. So that's what matters. I'm not gonna raid anyone just because I don't think there's really enough people here, and you know, usually I would, but one of those things. So yeah. Anyway, and I also need to go because I have a habit of hanging around when I raid, which isn't a bad thing, but you know. Sorry, I just talked about veganism and shit today. I hope that wasn't too boring of a conversation. I'm going to go, and I'm gonna go and shower in my new house for the first time. I'm gonna go buy groceries, and then I'm gonna go and shower. Exciting stuff. Fun. Go relax. Yeah, right. I gotta walk back to the place, and it's like a mile walk, and I'm just gonna spend forever doing it. Anyway, all the love in the world, guys. I very much appreciate you all for coming, and I thank you very much. And I will hopefully see you very, very soon. Bye bye. Bye 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 bye.